Good morning, students. Yesterday we did example 2.5 up to page number 45. Today we are going to start from page number 46. Raoult's law as a special case of Henry's law. Today we are going to start our next topic, that is Raoult's law as a special case of Henry's law. Okay. Now we are earlier knowing, I taught you how we have derived the Raoult's law. According to Raoult's law, P1 is equal to x1 P10 according to equation 2.12. Okay. In the solution of a gas in liquid, one of the component is volatile. Solubility is given by volatile. In the solution of a gas in liquid, I said you already cold drink as carbonated water, so liquid is there and CO2 gas is going to fill. In this example, one of the component is volatile. Solubility is given by Henry's law, which states that with the help of pressure we are inserting gas. I taught you earlier. So according to Henry's law, P is equal to KH x1. That equation was 2.11. Now if we compare both the equations, we can see that partial pressure of volatile compound or gas is directly proportional to mole fraction in solution. Okay? We can see that partial pressure of volatile compound or gas is directly proportional to mole fraction in solution. Now only the mole fraction, now only the directly proportional constant differs from P10. Thus Raoult's law becomes a special case of Henry's law, in which Ks becomes equal to P10. Okay, so from both the equation you can see, first was Raoult's law, second was this, and this is different from the mole fraction. It depends on the mole fraction. So from both the equation we can say that Raoult's law becomes a special case of Henry's law, in which Kh become equal to P10. Kh this constant equal to P10. Okay. Now we can understand it more in now next that we completed earlier. We completed vapor pressure as a special case of Henry's law. Earlier I taught you gas in liquid. Now today we are going to start vapor pressure of solutions of solids in liquid. Okay, today we are going to start vapor pressure of solutions 2.4.3 of solids in liquids. Now next, solid dissolves in liquid. For example, earlier I said you in sea water, salt water is there. If you are making sugar syrup, glucose water, okay, NaCl, glucose, urea and cane sugar in water. Okay, so these solids, sugar solution we are making, glucose water we are making, salt water we are making. So we are adding salt, sugar or urea in water. Bio students are knowing we did the iodine solution. So iodine solid is taken in water and we are making iodine solution. Iodine and sulfur dissolved in carbon sulfite, in carbon disulfide. Okay. So they are having a different liquid, different solvent. Some physical properties of these solutions differ from pure solvents. How? For example, vapor pressure. I am going to explain you vapor pressure. The pure solvent is having a different properties, and when we are adding a solute in a solid form, their properties are going to change. We will study here vapor pressure. In 11th we learnt, I am not repeating the same thing. In dynamic equilibrium, we saw the vapor pressure of solution at a given temperature. See, in 11th, what I taught you, in 11th, we taught that at a given temperature, we have learnt in unit class 11th that liquid at a given temperature vaporize, and under equilibrium condition the pressure exerts by the vapors of the liquid over the liquid phase is called vapor pressure. Okay. Now in a pure liquid, the entire surface is occupied the molecules of the liquid. See, you diagram this diagram, pure solvent. You can see here the vapor pressure is more. When we are adding 1 mole of solvent and 1 mole of solute, solvent plus solute, the vapor pressure is going to decrease. How? You can see in the example. I will teach you how the vapor pressure is going to decrease. The vapor pressure of solute at a given temperature is found lower than that vapor pressure of a pure solvent at the same temperature. I showed you these diagrams. Now in the surface, the solution, the surface has both solute and solvent molecules here on the surface. See, here they were having only the solvent molecules, but here they are having solute and solvent. Thereby the fraction of the surface covered by the solvent molecules get reduced. Okay, here both. So surface which was occupied earlier only by solvents, here solute is also coming. So solvent surface is going to decrease. Matlab there is no space for solvent, like that in diagram 1. Now consequently, the number of solvent molecules escaping from the surface is corresponding reduced, because they are having less space, because solute is also occupying the space. Now you follow? Thus the Vp is also reduced, vapor pressure, because the space of the solvent is getting reduced. Now the decrease in vapor pressure of the solvent depends on the quantity of non-volatile solute present in the solution. Okay? How many numbers solute if we are adding more quantity, then vapor pressure of the solution will decrease. If we are not adding, then only pure solvents vapor pressure. If we are adding solute, means the vapor pressure of the solution depends on the number of solute. Like example, I am telling 1 gram I am adding in water. I am adding 10 gram of salt in water and 1 gram. So 1 gram is having more vapor pressure than that of 10 gram of salt in water. Now Raoult's law in its general formula can be stated. Now in this state, we can say Raoult's law. For any solution, the partial vapor pressure of each volatile compound in the solution is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Number of solute, mole fraction means number of grams, how many grams we are adding. So this is a special Raoult's law. Now in a binary solution, the solvent we are taking by 1, we are showing the solute by 2, when the solute is non-volatile. Okay, solvent is volatile, but solute should be non-volatile. If both are volatile, then they will occupy more space. Only the solvent molecules are present in the vapor phase and contribute vapor pressure. Now let P1 kya hai? The vapor pressure of the solvent. X1 is the mole fraction. P10 be its vapor pressure in pure state. Okay. Now then, according to Raoult's law, P1 is directly proportional to mole fraction. Here I taught you. I am replacing directly proportional to constant. P1 is equal to X1 mole fraction P10. This equation is called equation 2.20. Now the proportionally constant is equal to vapor pressure of pure solvent P10. A plot between the vapor pressure and mole fraction of the solvent is linear. Figure 2.5. You can see linear means vapor pressure is also depending on the mole fraction. If we are adding 1 gram, 2 gram, then it will increase 3 gram, 4 gram, 5 gram, 6 gram. If we are increasing the mole fraction, then the vapor pressure here also will increase. Okay. So today I taught you only 2.42 vapor pressure. Then next, vapor pressure of solution in solids and liquids, figure 2.4, and then figure 2.5 and the two equations. So please students, go through nicely all this portion which I taught you today. I taught you gas and liquid and solid and liquids vapor pressure, how they are going to change. So please follow this.